everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today is probably one of the highlights of the year, certainly for Dennis, and it's the Bressingham Steam Museum. So this is a 2-day event over at Bressingham, as the name suggests, and we are showing all the various different vehicles that the Norfolk Fire Museum have got, plus many others. I camped here last night, so that's where I am at the moment, currently sitting in a field, and what I'm about to do is I'm about to take the vehicle over now to where the display area is. So I'll turn the camera around and you can see what I see. First thing is getting out of the field, which is quite a tight turn. Plus, it's quite low, so I know I'll be taking a few branches with the ladders. So Bressingham Steam Museum, as I say, main thing is it's a railway museum, but anything to do with steam. So you'll see coming into the distance now, you might just see the carousel. Oh, that's the wrong way to go. Let's just turn that back. Because I've got to get through this level crossing now. Preferably without hitting the truck or the level crossing.
Same angle as this guy, just get over a nice bit apart.
Will do.
See you back as we go down the path.
Cheers, mate. Bit closer.
Get yourself over a couple of foot.
So this is a bit of a beast. This is Norfolk Fire and Rescue's latest purchase, which is their water and foam unit. Twin axled, about 32 tonne apparently in weight. And clearly this is something which, when you are in very rural areas like Norfolk is, Then hydrants, if they are there, will usually be very low pressure, very low amount of pressure of water in the hydrant. Usually something like 1 bar at most. And as I said, that's if you've got a hydrant. Quite often you won't even have a hydrant, you won't find one. So you might be looking at rivers or swimming pools or ponds, lakes, that kind of thing, to try and lift water from. And then if you haven't got anything like that, well, then you need something like this, which is going to bring a substantial amount of water to your incident. Foam, bit of an emotive subject, because that's one of the materials which really does cause a lot of problems to the environment, but also can cause a lot of issues for firefighters as well. It's got what we call PFAS in it, and so that can cause big problems. It's more than likely, however, that due to the age of this vehicle being brand new, it probably hasn't got the bad foam in it. It's probably got the best foam that's available at the moment. But there is no such thing as good foam. It is just going to be really whatever puts the fire out the quickest. Because if it puts the fire out the quickest, you don't use as much. So that's Norfolk Fire and Rescue's water and foam unit. And here we go from the old to the new. And this is Norfolk Fire Museum's latest acquisition. This is an electric fire engine. And when we say electric fire engine, it's clearly for events like this, for the kids to ride around in. So, as I say, fully electric, blues and twos on it, so it'll flash the lights, it'll blow the two tones, and they can just drive, somebody will just drive the kids around, and it just gives the kids an opportunity to sit on, inverted commas, a fire engine and get driven around. Because you can imagine if we tried to put them in one of these to drive around, it's going to be a bit of a problem. So it's a really good turnout today. Some of the trucks you'll recognise from an earlier video when I did the Norfolk Fire Museum, the Norfolk Tank Museum. A few of the vehicles that were there are here today, like this one for argument, for example, the Mercedes, which, although it's got the Norfolk Fire Museum's badge on it, those with a keen eye might just be able to make out the LFB, London Fire Brigade logo on the side there. So it was obviously an ex-London Fire Brigade vehicle. The other vehicles are all over here. So what we'll do is we'll stop the camera now and we'll go over there and we'll have a little look around. So first of all, starting off with a nice row of Dennis's. From the new to the old. So here we've got a couple of RSs. One which everyone should recognise, being dupes. So from LMM. Then we got Dennis.
Pull off and break like the back one.
So this is one of the ones that Norfolk Fire Museum got from Wales when the museum there was getting rid of them. For its age, being over 50 years old, remarkably good condition. And again, same. It's an old London Fire Brigade vehicle. Then we get into what a lot of people think to be military, but auxiliary fire service. All part of the response during the war.
you can see the kind of construction that you could make with some of the metal hose, and this is the kind of thing that they might have done to take water over a road. So as you can imagine, you wouldn't be able to be driving over that kind of pipe work. So whereas modern day big hose, which is lay flat hose, you can squash it and make hose ramps over it so that you can drive over the stuff, this you can't. So the option here to get it over the road is to build a bridge and take it over the top. So you'd come up the two flexible lengths, which are the black ones, over the top and back down that one. The two legs, which as you can see are also connected, they'd fill it with water, which would therefore make it heavier and therefore make the thing a lot more rigid once it's in place. And the idea is that a double-decker bus should be able to drive underneath that system. So we've got the old green goddesses, various range of green goddesses here. And as mentioned when we were at the Tank Museum, the idea was that they should carry enough hose across the entire fleet of green goddesses, hose like this, to be able to pump water from one end of the country to the other. That was the plan. That was what they thought they should be able to do with the fleet. Norfolk Tank Museum have just bought this one, which they call the bikini unit. Got a number of lightweight pumps through the old Coventry Climax pumps. 8 of them, so well, 4 this side, sorry, 7 of them. 4 this side, 1 there, and then another one on the back. Another 2 on the back. Absolutely beautiful day today.
Nice talking to you, fella. And you.
Looks like a command vehicle of some sort, as part of the AFS as well. So if you've never been to Bressingham Steam Museum, it's well worth a visit. So obviously, normally you don't have all these fire engines here, but there is an awful lot of other stuff at Bressingham, which we'll go around a little later on, and we'll show you those as well. And as I say, I'm not the world's expert on fire engines. Used to ride them, but can't tell you too much about them. But just so you can have a look at just what kind of vehicles are here. But more importantly, as I say, the number of vehicles that are here today. Really is an excellent turnout. Couple more Dennises. And onto a Scania. A Saxon. The Coma. Or Comma. And the Old Leyland. And then finally, we've got another Saxon and an old Shelvoke. And sitting over here is Willie. Willie is the turntable ladder. So those of you who are a little bit adverse to heights, this isn't the vehicle for you. Modern day turntable ladders either do 32 metres or 64 metres up in the air. So 64 metres, you're talking probably to the top of a 20-storey block of flats. So if you fancy going up on a ladder like that, up to the 20th floor of a block of flats, maybe this is the job for you. And then you can see some National Fire Service vehicles here as well. And then in the background, you'll see the carousel. So this carousel was built in 1897. So built before the Titanic. Just to give you an idea of how old this is. Used to be steam powered. It's now electric. You know, obviously quite difficult to keep that kind of thing keep going. And today I've got it all to myself. And there we have it. The bell rings the end. A tradition for Bressingham on the Saturday evening is those who want to go get in their appliances and we all drive down to Dis, which is only a couple of miles down the road, to the local village green where we park up and we all have fish and chips and a few non-alcoholic drinks in the pub directly opposite. It's a great little bit for the day because we get to travel down in convoy. It's not too far, so it doesn't cause massive problems to the road network. Travel down there, park up, and then we have a little impromptu fire appliance show for the people of Dis.
I'm always famous, mate. I've heard a lot of other reasons. Look at that.
So this is the exhibition hall. And they've got a Dad's Army section, but they've also got quite a few vehicles in here as well. So you've got big berth area, big steam traction engine. Got some more traction engines over here. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like these come out very often. A bit of a change from Merryweather and what they're producing later on. Merryweather fire pump. Although the wheels look remarkably similar, they're very much like a wheeled escapes wheels. And then you've got a fire main system. And those of you who know Dad's Army, that's Jones's butcher's van. It's a nice setup that they've got here. Sort of made it look like an old vintage street. All the different types of old shops. The kind of thing that the place is more commonly known for, the trains. And if you ever want to know how the mail used to be delivered on the trains, we've got a mail train here. Used to remember having a model railway with that setup on. Actually, just before we do go upstairs, we'll go up these steps and actually go into the mail van. So the way it would work, mail to be picked up would be put in these sacks and hung off a stand near a station. And as the train went past, the catch net out there would catch the bag as it went past, and then you bring it in through the side here. And then you'd sort all that mail. And then mail that was sorted and needs to be dropped off would be hung out here and picked up by a similar system. So the train never stopped. So again, just various memorabilia, bits and pieces around the place. Now, does anyone know what that is? It's not the cough that carries you off, it's the coffin they carry you off in. This is a hearse, if I remember correctly. So it's a coffin bearer from Liverpool Street station. So you'd put a coffin in if you're taking it some distance. Oh. There's a familiar face. Laurie from LMM. Big Boys Toys. We'll turn the cam off and I'll have a chat with Laurie, see how he's getting on. I will be out of the way, don't worry.
Bye.